The speed of AI development is actively stress-testing corporate government structures. The risks move too quickly for traditional protocols to absorb. We track this scale of this corporate reaction through data from the EY Center for Board Matters, analyzing the shifting priorities of the Fortune 100. Last year, 16% of Fortune 100 companies cited AI risk in board oversight. In 2025, that jumped to 48%. Correspondingly, 10K filings explicitly listing AI as a separate risk factor climbed from 14% to 36% in the same period. To manage this exposure, 40% of these corporations are now assigning AI oversight to a formalized board-level committee. While audit committees are the most common location for this work, specialized technology and governance committees are increasingly taking the lead on complex technical issues. These committees are now hard-coding responsible AI development directly into their formal operating charters. This involves enforcing rigorous testing, including cybersecurity tabletop exercises and readiness tests designed specifically for AI failure modes. Boards are shifting from abstract monitoring to defensive entrenchment because the global regulatory landscape has fractured into competing, often contradictory, legal regimes. The hope for a unified international consensus on AI regulation has not materialized. Instead, the global market is splitting between two distinct regulatory archetypes. The European model is a system of substantive risk management. It dictates exactly how technology is built, tested, and classified before it reaches the market. The emerging US model is a system of procedural transparency. It focuses entirely on consumer notice, opt-out rights, and disclosure after a decision is made. For multinational corporations, this creates a dilemma. How do you run a single global operation when major markets demand different compliance postures? Running parallel, redundant programs is an inefficient use of resources. The only sustainable path is to construct a unified corporate AI governance stack. The base layer of the stack originates at the G7 summit. This is the foundation where global compliance expectations are first negotiated. These are the G7 Hiroshima Process Guiding Principles. They serve as the bedrock of our governance stack. While these principles are soft law, they establish the baseline for subsequent national legislation. Principle 1 requires risk testing prior to market release. Principle 5 mandates disclosure of governance policies. And Principle 7 calls for watermarking AI-generated content. A corporation that overlooks these benchmarks lacks the structural evidence required to defend its practices once those expectations are codified into hard law. Moving to the European Parliament, we find the first legally binding layer of the governance stack. The EU AI Act translates G7 principles into hard law, with severe consequences for noncompliance. This is substantive risk management. The law categorizes AI systems by risk tier and dictates the engineering process. Developers must prove they altered how the AI is built and tested, including mandatory fundamental rights impact assessments, human oversight, and the EU CE marking. For US-based multinationals, the risk is direct. Article 2 gives the law extraterritorial reach. If a US company's AI outputs are used within the EU, that system falls within the scope of the Act. Penalties for violations can reach 35 million euros or 7% of total worldwide turnover. Given these stakes and its global reach, the EU AI Act must serve as the core standard for any multinational compliance program. In the United States, the situation is different. There is currently no comprehensive federal AI law. The resulting landscape is a fragmented patchwork of state laws and federal enforcement actions. Colorado serves as a microcosm of how quickly this environment can shift. The state originally passed an EU-style law based on substantive risk management. However, it faced immediate pressure from federal executive orders and litigation pushing back against states adopting European-style frameworks. Within weeks, Colorado dismantled that law, replacing it with Senate Bill 26189. This new law focuses on automated decision-making technology, or ADMT. This indicates a potential trajectory for U.S. regulation, a focus on usage outcomes and consumer notice rather than the internal engineering of the model. Because the U.S. model is still evolving and procedurally focused, it cannot serve as a foundational baseline. It is an overlay. For the Fortune 100, the task is to unite these conflicting systems into a single workable program. We achieve this by building a hierarchical governance stack. The G7 principles provide the international base. The core of the program is built to the EU AI Act standard. This satisfies all international substantive risk requirements by default. Multinationals must not dismantle these rigorous risk management programs just because some U.S. states have moved toward lighter transparency rules. U.S. requirements, like bias audits and opt-out rights, are then managed as procedural overlays on top of that robust EU core. This unified stack is exactly what the new Fortune 100 board committees are designed to oversee. In a fracturing regulatory world, disjointed compliance creates a persistent, unmanaged liability. The one program stack reduces that complexity to a single defensible standard.